want to talk to you about sharpening garden tools. I'm going to start with a shovel because people don't understand how important it is to sharpen a shovel. Now, first of all, if you have dirt like this on your shovel when you put it away, moisture in the air is going to go into that dirt and it's going to rust your tool. So when you put it away, you're better off to put it away rinsed and wet than dry with dirt on it. So you want to get this dirt off of there, because when you dig in, that rusty surface, the soil will stick to it and makes your work so much harder. You want shoveling to be as easy as possible. The other thing you want to do is make sure you have a sharp edge. So I'm going to show you on a sawhorse, then in a minute we'll go inside and show you. This is a 10-inch mill bastard file. Valley Oak Tool offers these, but get one with a handle, whether you get it from us or not, because it makes it much safer. The handle, if you're sharpening and you overshoot, especially if you're going this way, the handle stops it from cutting your hand. Now if you think about it, you're using a shovel, you're digging a hole, or you're digging out a unwanted plant. You don't want a dull shovel. When a shovel comes from the store, the edge is completely pointless. It's just blunted. A sharpened shovel can be dangerous. You got to be careful, but it's just like a kitchen knife. You wouldn't use a completely dull kitchen knife. Why use a completely dull shovel? The first sharpening is going to be more difficult. You can use a stationary belt sander if you have one. A file's going to take you quite a while on a new shovel, but once you've got an edge on it, keeping it tuned up is not bad. Now one thing is, you don't want to do this, because that's tending to dull your file. You want to only push in contact on the downstroke and lift it up for the upstroke. And you'll get the hang of the angle that is right. I think it's about 15 degrees. And you sharpen from there to there. There's no point sharpening up here. So every time you dig in with that shovel, it's going to be easier. And the other thing, of course, is put your shovels away clean. Let's look at a couple other tools here. Now, if you have a hoe like this, which is made by Famous Sawworks, this is a fantastic tool. It has a beveled edge, and that also should be kept sharp so that you're not working as hard. So something like this, and this is where the handle's good, so you don't harm yourself. Another option is to use a Speedy Sharp, which fits in your pocket. So if you're out wheel hoeing or hoeing, you can take this tool, and as their ad says, it peels the steel, and this sharpens up a hoe or a shovel or a kitchen knife really quickly. This is a carbide tooth here, so it's a lot harder than the steel in the hoe blade or shovel blade. So that's another way to go. We do sell these Speedy Sharps, and you can sharpen all kinds of things, like I said, kitchen knives, or in this case a hand pruners. With the hand pruners, you want to be pretty careful. You don't sharpen this surface or this surface, only this surface and maybe a little bit on this surface here. And I'm sure if you've used a dull and then a sharp pruners, you know this is so much easier. And it doesn't take much, and that thing is just razor sharp. So be careful. Now, the wheel hoe. We've got, this is an old blade assembly. It's been kicking around quite a while, a lot of use. And you can sharpen this with a Speedy Sharp. It's really better for touch-up than sharpening a hoe blade or a wheel hoe blade or a shovel. To do those, I recommend the Mill Bastard file. Back in the pocket with that. And it's going to take a little while to sharpen this. If you're cutting big weeds, and you only sharpen mainly this beveled surface, you don't sharpen in here, maybe a little bit if you have some nicks from rocks. And I'm going to show you how to do this in the workshop. Because if you have a woodworking vise, that's a lot better than trying to do it out in the garden. So let's go to the shop now and I'll show you that. So the wheel hoe. What you can do with that, you can clamp the blade shank in the jaws like that. And that is ideal. You don't want to take off more than you need to take off because that's going to wear out your blade faster. But depending on what you're doing, a sharpened blade can make the job a lot quicker and a lot easier. Oh, this side we already sharpened on the sawhorse. Like I said, some of our customers never sharpen their wheel hoe blades. And others sharpen it even multiple times out there in the day when they're using it. And they often use a Speedy Sharp, which is great for just trimming up an edge and getting a little sharper. Let me show you these loppers too. There's another thing that people often don't sharpen and should. And you know, you should put these things away a little cleaner than that, but that's all right. That's actually quite sharp already. I'll just do a little bit to show you. And this surface here, you don't sharpen anything on that surface or that surface. Those two surfaces mate, and you don't want to make that any bigger. You want to sharpen the outside of this, and you can sharpen the top of this. And what I can do is clamp it in the vise like this to get this surface. I'm going to use the Speedy Sharp. I think that's better for loppers. And I'm just going to dress this up a little bit. But the main thing is sharpening is this one. I can see I've got a little nick right there. And then you dig in going this direction, going forward. And then, like if you're sharpening a kitchen knife or pocket knife, for instance, like this. Where's my pocket knife? It's in my pocket. So I can sharpen this with a Speedy Sharp. You need to use a smooth action, otherwise you can get kind of nicks in it. But once you've got your knife sharp, to take off the burr, you turn it the other way and just kind of hone it like that. That is sharp. That'll cut a tomato easily, even a ripe heirloom tomato. So I want to say a couple things about safety. People don't usually sharpen shovels. And it really makes the shovel work a lot better if you do sharpen it, but you have to be careful. And I would even recommend, if you make that shovel really sharp, I would recommend going along here and actually taking off the sharpest part of that edge so that you could run your finger this way without cutting it. just in case you cut into your shoe, you tripped or something like that, you don't want a super sharp blade on a shovel. Sharp, yes. Razor sharp, no. The other thing I want to say is with your pruners, hand pruners, I recommend using some kind of oil. This is called a zoom spout. You can get this at the hardware store. This little spout's really handy. It's got a little red thing here. You can cap the spout. Oh, you really don't need to. But this is what I use for oiling. And yeah, be safe. That's all. Check out our tools, Valley Oak Tool Company, valleyoaktool.com. Thanks for watching.